Stuart, I have a question.
Yes.
At the beginning, you started to talk about ways that we get the female mothering. Um, my mother died on Mother's Day when I was 19, and I have leaned heavily on Mother Mary and also Sarada Devi. Can you talk about those healing mother nurturing energies, please?
Uh, you'll have to repeat that, Christine.
Okay. Um, my mother died on Mother's Day when I was 19, and um, so it's always a hard holiday for me, but I have leaned on Mother Mary and Sarada Devi for those healing energies. Could you talk some more about the ways that we can draw that mothering to us, please?
You don't have to draw the mother into you. The mother, the female energy, exists inside every human being. And the process of opening a chakra system develops the capacity to attune yourself to that energy. It's impossible to have a spiritual life unless there's a union, a marriage of the male female energy inside a person. The mother gives birth. The male female energy, that marriage gives birth to Kundalini. So you don't have to go looking in external places for some mother image. You have it inside you. You have to just build a system inside that's strong enough to be able to tap that energy. I mean, Sarada Devi, Mother Mary, it's all part of an inspiration to do this. But you don't connect spiritually until you create a marriage. You don't create it until you get to the place where there can be a marriage inside you of the mother and the father, the female energy. And this is one of the keys to the meditation we practice. And I know about this because, for God's sake, I've been writing this book on Tantra. And so much of it is about the energy moving from the chakra below the navel to the base of the spine. And in the sexual area, there's a marriage. I don't know, people just vanish here. I don't know what happened to, oh, there you are. Uh, you know, uh, there's a marriage of the male-female energy, and that marriage gives birth to the Kundalini force. Without that marriage of the male-female in the sexual area, Kundalini will just lay dormant at the base of your spine. So it's our job to be able to develop, the chakra below the navel. The Japanese call it the hara, the Chinese the tatian, and develop it so that we can transmit energy, shakti, through the sexual area where that male-female union takes place. And I'll just put a little side. It doesn't matter if you're straight or you're gay or you're trans or you're any one of those letters in the alphabet. It really doesn't matter. You understand? Because we all have male-female energy in us. And if you want a spiritual life, that energy has to become unified. And that's what this meditation is all about. The unification of the male-female energy to activate Kundalini. And Kundalini is really the force that opens the crown chakra, that enables one to connect with soul of the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. So, we need inspiration. We need the Mother Marys. We need the Sarada Devis. We need the Swami this one, the Yogi that one, the Reverend that one. But all of the reality exists inside us. And all of those inspirational people should teach us how to develop a system that can open and activate that kind of energy. Now, look, I don't go checking in what everybody does. I don't even know what 98% of the human race does. I do know that this is what I learned from my teacher. I didn't learn it from him in these words, but the ultimate refinement of my inner life brought me here. And it's using the exact same meditation technique that he gave me. When I was in Nepal, a long, long time ago, back in the early 2000s, we used to do meditation at Pashupatinath in Kathmandu. It's a very sacred, Hindu temple. And there are all these statues there that were amazing. There was a Nandi, or the cow or bull, looking right at a lingam and a yoni, which is the male female energy. And right out of the back of it, there's a cobra rising, which is the Kundalini. There must be at least 20 statues like that, in Pashupatinath, carved around the 6th century, 4th century, ancient things, But it struck me even then, this is before I got into this as deeply as I am right now, that is truly the metaphor for what happens inside a human being. The Nandi, the cow, is the chakra, the chi, the power below the navel. The lingam and the yoni is that marriage of male-female in the sexual area. And the rising cobra is the kundalini, working its way to the crown chakra to open the sahasraras so the soul of a human being can connect with, God, spirit, infinite energy in the universe, whatever one wants to call it. So this is not something that I have just devised. This is something that great saints and sacred people knew thousands of years ago. And there was periods in where the art depicted it. I mean, they didn't talk about it. They might have. I haven't read those texts, but talk about it in the words. But the art depicts what I'm talking about. That's why cows are sacred in India. Hit a cow, you wind up spending 20 years in jail if your car hits a cow. And they wander along the boulevards. I'll never forget, just a funny story. I was driving in Delhi with a friend of mine on a big boulevard, and there was an entire herd of cows on this boulevard, and they took up all of the roadway except for a slight passageway that one car after another could pass through. And this friend of mine says, you got to do it. If you hit one of these cows, you'll wind up in jail. They're sacred. It's true. They are sacred. And they're sacred because they represent a very sacred part of the interior energy of every human being. And that's the energy that activates Kundalini. It moves through the sex chakra, unifies the male-female principle, and activates Kundalini. So you don't have to reach outside yourself. It's all there. It's all inside each and every one of us. Our work is to develop it. It's to develop a system that's strong enough to where these energies work for us. And it doesn't matter if people put them or they idol worship. That's all just bullshit. Understand? 98% of the problems of the world is because people haven't activated these forces inside themselves that bring harmony, balance, rebirth, allow the heart to open, the strength, the heart to open and to stay open, the mind to get quiet. And to be able to receive knowledge and wisdom from realms of consciousness that are literally outside of time and space. Become enlightened human beings.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
I hope so.
I'm really, thank
Secrets
you.
of the world here, you know. I hope they help.
I needed that. Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, you could read about this in books, you could read about it, and, you know, but it doesn't, you know, it's not worth, you know, 2 cents on a dollar, you know, to just read about it. The whole thing is the experiential nature of spiritual practice, where these things become part of your everyday life, your living, you know, and you are using them to connect your consciousness with higher energy, to become one with God, to finally free oneself of karma and this endless round of suffering and pain and stupidity that people go through because they're not willing to do deep inner work on themselves. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And of course, there are going to be obstructions and there are going to be things in the way and problems, but so what? There are problems anyway. You know, we might as well learn to use the problems to develop a spiritual life. I mean, it's like Rudy said, one of the greatest, you suffer like a schmuck or you suffer consciously. Anyway, you're going to suffer here. You might as well use this energy to build an inner life that connects you with God instead of complaining about it. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I've been feeling like my base of the spine is very sensitive. I feel like energy there, but I don't know what to do about it. Like, is there any way? What am I supposed to do to nurture? Just, I just feel like any sensation I've been having, like a
You
reaction,
feel
I
the
just feel
energy
there.
where, Shishan,
It's
you feel it where in the navel area?
no back. I feel like my back of like the bottom of the spine has been kind of
Or
that's where it goes anytime I'm anxious or anything. I can feel like it used to go to heart before, but now it's like I feel like there is energy, but I don't know what to do with it. Like, what's the best way to nurture
I'll
the
tell you what to
energy?
do. Wait, if you listen for a second, I'll explain to you. You know, keep your attention focused below the navel. And the reason for that is that the power inside you is in the third chakra, right below the navel. That power will give you the ability to allow Kundalini to rise up the spine to the crown chakra. When you're feeling all that energy at the base of the spine, it's Kundalini. But in order for Kundalini to truly work for you, you have to be grounded inside. You have to really have that power, that strength, because as I've said many times, Kundalini is a very powerful energy. And if you're not rooted and grounded inside yourself, you know, it could possibly do damage to you. You know, who knows? I mean, I have a feeling that there are thousands of people in sanitariums that are locked up there because they had Kundalini experiences and the doctors didn't know what to do with them. So they gave them pills and locked them up in hospitals. So keep your attention below the navel. It doesn't matter if you even feel that chakra. Your attention there will build that chakra and give you the strength to activate Kundalini. Kundalini will rise up the spine to the crown chakra, and there it will germinate. And eventually the crown chakra opens. You know, they call it the 1,000-petal lotus or the Sahasrara. And it will open, and your soul force will connect with the soul of the universe. That marriage will give birth to a spiritual life inside you. So you're feeling the potential of what can be in your life, but now you got to put all the parts together. opening the heart, getting the mind quiet, getting all the parts put together so that this energy that is ready to rise up your spine rises up the spine in a healthy way. And it does what its purpose is, and that's to give you a spiritual life.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now you're not going to do this in one meditation, Shisham. It takes time, it takes practice. It takes a lot of things. First thing it takes is guts to do it, Second thing it takes is endurance and patience and being able to master the chaos inside yourself so that energy can rise and you can do what you were born here to do, and that's to become one with God, to learn how to transform difficulty, suffering into a oneness with God. But the key to it is getting centered below the navel, opening the heart, getting the mind quiet, and then the activation of Kundalini will take you, right into the cosmos, the oneness with higher energy, spiritual life. Good to see you back in class here. I missed you.
Thank you. I
Nice to
missed you
see
too.
here. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Now, just to finish, the miracle of all of this is this double breathing exercise that Rudy bequeathed to us. Because that double breathing exercise, what we practice in this meditation, it will make everything possible that I talk about. And yes, there has to be reverence for teachers. I have reverence for Rudy and for Nityananda. Without them, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing today. But at the same time, reverence by itself does not enable a person to have a spiritual life. You got to build the system inside that enables you to do it. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And it's a blessing for me to be able to pass this on to all of you. I couldn't think of a more sacred way of using my energy than passing on everything I've learned in my life to any one of you that really wants to take it and grow because of it and use it. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, I just have one announcement to make. Next Sunday, I'm going to a memorial ceremony. I was invited. I don't know if you all know Pingo, but she was an absolutely wonderful person, dear. And there's going to be a memorial service for her at the Tibet House next Sunday. I'm going, and I most likely will talk there about her. So I might not have a class next Sunday. It depends on if I can get back in time, to where I live. But I'll let you know by, Sunday morning whether there'll be a class next Sunday. So God bless you all, and I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
I will
Thank you,
see you
Stuart.
all tomorrow. There's a meditation tomorrow. So bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.